Okay, question 19. The expression above is equivalent to a over a plus 2 squared, where a is a positive constant and x is not equal to -2. What is the value of a? Okay, so we're trying to figure out what a is. All right, we know this whole thing here is supposed to be equal to that. Okay, a over x plus 2 squared. So before we solve for a, just want to point out here it is that x is not equal to -2. Okay, so the reason why they put that there is because if x is -2, see that will make on the bottom a -2 plus 2, right? That will actually be what? You do -2 plus 2, that's actually 0, right? So that will make a 0 in the denominator, which is not allowed, right? We can never divide by 0 on the bottom of the fraction. So that's why they said x is not equal to -2. So but as far as the math goes, we don't really have to worry about this. Okay, so you can just pretty much ignore it. That to put it there so that this whole equation won't be undefined. Okay, so this is equal to all that, right? So you can just go ahead and rewrite this as the equation. Let's just go ahead and say this is 2x plus 6 over x plus 2 squared, right? Minus 2 over x plus 2. I'll put this in parentheses. And then that's equal to a over x plus 2 squared. Okay. So the key to solve this equation is, you see, we have all these denominators here, right? We have all these denominators. So we can try to cancel out the denominator. If we multiply by a common multiple for all the denominator, right? So we have to try to find a common denominator. Multiply that on both sides, that will help us cancel out all the denominators. So what will be the common denominator if we look at all three of these fractions? Seems like we all have x plus 2 in common, right? And then the first one, the last one, they also have this here has x plus 2 squared, x plus 2 squared. And this fraction, we don't have a x plus 2 squared, we just have x plus 2. So the common denominator should be, so I had to include everything, right? So common denominator will be x plus 2 squared. Okay, so that will be the least common multiple. So what we can do is we can just go and multiply by x plus 2 squared on both sides. Okay, we can multiply both sides by x plus 2 squared. So then if we do that, the first on the left side, we have to distribute to each fraction and multiply. So you see, since x plus 2 squared and x plus 2 squared, that's the same, right? For the same for the first fraction, then the denominator will just cancel with that. Okay, we'll cancel. So we just get 2x plus 6 left. Right? The whole denominator will cancel. But for the second fraction, we multiply by x plus 2 squared. We distribute to the second one. See what happens, x plus 2 will cancel, but we still have, we have x plus 2 squared, right? So we have two of them. So only one of them will cancel. We still have a x plus 2 left. So for the second term, we should have 2 times x plus 2. That's what we have left with. Okay, so the negative and the 2 is what we already have, and then we still have a leftover x plus 2. So the second fraction will become that. Okay, -2 times x plus 2. Okay, and then that's it for the left side. And the right side, we multiply again the denominator, will just cancel. Okay, so we'll just get a by itself. All right. And so this will be the equation after we simplify out all the denominators. And then our goal here is to solve for a. So let's just go ahead. It seems like we have another variable, right? We have x. We don't know what x is. But let's just go ahead and distribute -2 and simplify a little bit and see what happens. We got 2x plus 6. -2 times x is -2x. -2 times 2 is positive, or no, -4. Okay, you go to A. And you see, for this question, it just happens that the 2x and the -2x, they just happen to cancel out. Okay, if they don't cancel, we actually can solve for A. Okay, so they do have to cancel out, so that's nice. And we get 6 minus 4, which is just 2, right? So get 2 equal to A. And there we go. That will be our answer. Okay, so a should equal to 2. So the x just having to cancel out for this one. So that's why we can solve for a by using this equation. All right, so 2 will be our final answer for number 19.